Hello and good evening, everybody. This is 21st Century Jedi. Kicking off stream number, what was it, 77? Wow, getting close to the magic number 100. Getting exciting. Can't wait to get to that number. I don't know, it's just little milestones here and there, kind of make you happy. Hope everyone's doing good this evening. We are going to continue with doing the Halley Project. I want to try and at least get through 3 more missions if I can. I don't expect. Honestly, I think this is going to be a very chill stream tonight. I, as you know, people may or may not be aware, um, I am in a region where that snowstorm hit, in the Northeast here. So I just spent the past 3 hours using the snow blower and shoveling and getting everything cleared out for our driveway and all that. So I'm physically pretty tired right now. My back is sore, and my arms are sore, my legs are sore because doing that kind of physical activity when you don't do it every day, it wears on you. So I am feeling a little bit fatigued right now, but we're gonna push on through. I want to at least continue the stream and get it going here. I want to continue at least staying on a 2 day per week schedule at a minimum. Um, uh, the other part to this, and it's something I've been trying to keep a little bit under wraps because of my situation here. But um, I kind of hinted to it in the Wednesday stream. But as of this moment, I am currently unemployed. Now, there's positives and negatives to this in a way. Obviously, the negative is I don't have a steady stream of income coming in yet. Um, that's not to say I won't find another, place of employment to go to, and I'm looking forward to whatever that next chapter is. I don't want to speak ill of the previous company I was at. I don't want to, speak ill of anybody underneath that. I will say it was not my choice to leave. It was a layoff, so it wasn't like a um, poor performance necessarily. Looking at the past year or so, I've I feel like I did everything I could possibly do to be a good employee and to do everything I could to um, just provide the best quality of work that I could provide in the limited time that I was at this place, and it just didn't work out. So they had to make decisions on who to cut, and I was one of those people. That's I guess that's all I need to say about that. Really, it's not like I said. It's not. I don't want to speak negative. It's in the past now. It's done. Personally, I feel like it's their loss rather than my loss. Even though I'm the one that's unemployed, because this same thing happened to me about 20 years ago. And just to give you my story on that, it was also laid off in October, I think, of 2003. Um, and that was a little bit tougher because my skill set, professionally speaking in my career, um, it was nowhere near what it is now. I didn't have all the technologies and the software products and tools and all these other things that I've worked with over the past 20 years since then. Um, so at the time, there was also a bit of a dip in the economy. So those things combined together made it very difficult for me to find a new position. And I was the only one that was able to support my family at the time, with my wife at the time basically supporting our kids, stay at home, homemaker. So there was a lot of pressure on me, and there was a lot of frustration. I didn't understand my mental health as much as I do now. I wasn't taking the good habits like I am now, and trying to get more sleep, trying to understand when I am anxious, when I am depressed. Um, I didn't understand any of that back then. I only knew that it was kind of like there, but I didn't really like try to focus on it, try to get better as a result of it, to do things to make it better. So back then, it was a dark time. And hey, how's you doing, Foxfire? Just starting off on a down note here, but just talking about my story from about 20 years ago when I actually wound up joining the United States Army. In order to do that, I actually had to drop a lot of weight in order to get to that point. I wound up dropping like 60 pounds in the span of like November, December, January. I think about 3 months overall. Um, Not even that. I think it was like 2 months because I had to do it before the end of the year. Um, it was the Iraq War was going on. I wanted to serve my country after 9/11. I was a little bit older than what you normally would be when you try to join the army, um, but I still was determined to do it. I was determined to put food on the table for my family at the time, and I was determined to serve with my country. So that's what kind of motivated me to drop the weight and to get in to, uh, enlist. So it was a tough time, but once I got in, things changed a little bit. We were managed to kind of work with, the system and stuff, and my family and I were able to relocate, and we were able to move, and I was able to move on a little bit, and I had a short but productive career in the army, which then allowed me to kind of move on and move into the second phase of my career, in IT, let's call it. um, this time around, it's obviously I'm a little bit too old to go into the army now, as the gray in my beard indicates. I have no desire to do that sort of thing again. It is a young man's or young woman's place now. It's not something that older people should be trying to jump into unless you really have no other choice. And to me, I believe I've got choice. So um, the positive sides to this, like I said before, I am I'm viewing this as a new chapter in my life, not a oh woe is me, they don't like me, nobody likes me type of thing. I'm not saying that everybody should do that or can do that if they're faced with a similar situation. I mean, if you're going through a layoff or going through where you're jobless, and you're trying to find a job or something, your mental health is tough to keep up in those situations. And people have been asking me, "Hey, are you doing okay? How's your mental health doing? How are you doing, mentally? Um, don't get down on yourself," type of thing. And it can be tough. It can be really tough if you are in a situation where you feel like you can't find something, and it's, you're scrambling around to try and pay your bills and things like that. I'm not in that situation. Um, I am grateful for my wife and my family. Um, we've managed to build ourselves a nice nest here where it's okay if I'm not working day to day. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck like that. We can survive. We're going to be fine. I have severance, of course, and there is unemployment if I really need to go down that road. There's other avenues of revenue and income and things that I can deal with, but um, the focus I have right now is just moving on to the next chapter. I've got my resume out there. I've already started applying to a lot of different places. Even gotten some interest. So I feel like it's going to be a short time, and then boom, I'll be able to jump onto something, even if it's like short-term contract work or something. My confidence level is pretty high that I will find something new. And that's a marked change from 20 years ago when I felt like, who's going to hire me for this limited skill set that I have? So that's one positive, is that my mental state is okay with this. And I hope if somebody else is going through this and they hear what I'm going through, I wish I could give you some magic advice to say, oh, it's going to be all right. I think um, if you are going through something like this, the best thing that you can do is just doing something. Focusing on doing something to help with your situation. Sitting around at home doing nothing to help your situation is not going to do it. You have to be able to motivate yourself to do something about it. Even if you feel depressed, even if you feel anxious and stressed that, hey, nothing's happening, I can't find a job. It's about you really need to, you know, kind of push past that a little bit and say, you know what, the only one, it's like I mentioned a few streams ago, the only one's going to advocate for yourself is you. So you need to stand up for yourself and say, I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of getting something. I'm worthy of employment. Someone's going to find me. It's just a matter of making it happen, you know? Um, so doing the little things like, when you've got the time on your hands, go to the library, read some books, educate yourself. It's still free in most places to go to public libraries and read up on a topic of interest to yourself. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to cook or learn how to fix cars or, fix houses. Who knows? You might have the ability and the talent to do it. You just never knew that you had it. So, try to educate yourself. Take free online courses. There's a lot of local vocational and community courses that you can take, either at the local high schools or local uh, public centers or something like that. There's a lot out there that you can do to kind of help train yourself, educate yourself. Maybe you have to reinvent yourself into a new career. That is possible too. Um, Also, don't be afraid to ask for help, or accept help, I should say. That was one of the things that I struggled with the first time around. Um, I wanted to do everything on my own and prove to the world that, hey, I'm strong enough. I can do this. I don't need anybody's help. That's pride talking, and you can't let pride get in the way of caring for your family and doing what you need to do to survive. So if somebody's extending a hand to you, don't slap it away in this situation. Be gracious, accept it if you need it, and maintain that communication, maintain the relationships that you have. Because a lot of trying to find gainful employment, it's not all about like, um, it's not just about your career or your skills, your talents, your experience, your personality. A- there is a good chunk of it where it can help if you know the right people to get you into the places you want to get to. Okay, it's that's a fact of life. Um, if I knew somebody that could get me into Lucasfilm tomorrow to work on the next Star Wars movie, or if I knew somebody at Disney that could get me into the next Star Wars movie or the next Marvel movie or something, yeah, I'd love to do that. I don't know anybody who can really make that happen for me, but that's the type of thing that you need to look for. If somebody is willing and able to kind of help you get your foot in the door somewhere, that could lead to your next opportunity. It could be the biggest opportunity of your life. You never know. Um, but networking and reaching out to people on social networks like LinkedIn and other ones, being social enough and reaching out and putting yourself out there, it can be tough. Because there's always that little voice inside of you, especially if you deal with clinical depression or anxiety or anything like that. There can be that little voice inside of you that says, hey, you're not worth this. Hey, you shouldn't be doing this because why are you bothering? No one's going to look at your resume. No one's going to do any of that. You have to push past that voice and say, I'm worth this. So you got to put yourself out there and say, hey, look, here I am. I'm willing to work. I've got these skills. I've got these talents, and keep trying to present yourself in that way and learn, always keep learning, keep learning. Um, if someone tells you, hey, this is a better way to write a resume, learn from that. Don't use your pride and smack them in and say, no, I'm going to do it my way. Learn from it, accept the information that's coming to you and then make your decision. Okay. That's the advice I can give you if you're, struggling with a situation where you're unemployed or you're facing some sort of a situation where you need to find new employment. It can be tough. I've done it enough in my life that I loathe doing this again, but I am looking at it in a positive way this time. I am looking forward to the next chapter of my life here, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be very positive. I'm going to find some good people to work with, and it may take a couple tries this year. It may not all be roses and stuff, but you know, at some point I know I will do it, and I'm confident in it because up until this point in my life, I've been employed. ever since I got out of high school, basically. I've had steady work. Will it be Leroy Jenkins? Who knows? um, I just know that like I said, I have been doing this for a long time now. Not to give away my age or anything, and I've always maintained employment. I've been able to provide for my family all this time. Um, there have been some tough times where it's been really hard to, and it's been a struggle to provide, but I've done it. For this long, I've done it. There is nothing that says I can't continue to do it. That's how I'm looking at it. So another positive to this is now that I am away from the previous company, there's really nothing stopping me from growing this channel even further and starting to do things like accept subscriptions, doing bits and stuff like that. Not that I'm really like angling to do it or desperate to do it, but now I'm not limited anymore. At the previous place of employment, I was not able to do that. I was not really able to make money off of this stream if I wanted to. Um, that would have been a conflict of interest in a way. So my goal, even if things had ever gotten to that point where there was a concern about conflict of interest, my goal was to say, you know what, I'm not making any money off this stream, so there can't be a financial problem with this. And today, I'm still not like trying to push the stream to say I need this as a source of income. If I had like say 1,000 followers and like 20 to 50 people chatting on the stream every time I went online, yeah, maybe I'd start pushing the subscriptions a little bit, make it as a nice little extra source of income. Sure, that'd be kind of cool. But it takes a long time for someone to grow that, especially if you're doing things like retro games like I've been doing. So, at any rate, there is, like I said, this is positive. I can hopefully grow the stream a little bit more. I'll have a little bit more time on my hands for now, where I can kind of put a little more effort in, plan some things out, learn a little bit more, educate myself on how I can grow the stream, and grow the channel up a little bit, and we'll see where we can take it. My right now, my short-term plans are the same. I'm still sticking with a Sunday, Wednesday schedule, and I would like to continue to do the games I've been talking about. Halley Project. I want to do um, Pool of Radiance. I still want to do Tank Wars at some point. We'll figure out when to do that. And there's a couple other ones I've still got queued up. Definitely want to do some more Atari 2600 ones. Man, that I'm still loving that adventure session, that adventure stream that we did last week. That was fun. I missed. I never really understood how much I love that game. It's so simple and yet it's so entertaining. Um, it's just to me, it's a work of art. That's just my opinion of it. I know I'm biased on it, but a work of art in its of itself, and I love that game, adventure. And I know on the 2600 platform, there were a lot of good gems out there, just like there are with the NES, and for the Commodore and other platforms. There's a lot of good gems out there that are really top quality games for that platform. So it's just a matter of me kind of culling them together and playing them. So I could continue to ramble on and on about all this stuff. I think what I want to do is try and get into these missions. So my goal tonight, if I can, I want to try and get through Swift and Nighthawk at least. And if I can get through Falcon, great. Um, that would allow me one more stream to do Eagle and Starbird. So let's get into Swift. Okay, first destination is any planet or moon warmer than Callisto. I mean, that's not too difficult, I suppose. I mean, we're just talking about a planet or a moon warmer. So Callisto is out near Jupiter. So we can go anywhere from like Mars to Earth and onward here. So why don't let's go home. Let's go to Earth. Let's bring that to a stop. Now I got to remember the controls here. Hold on. Let's see. It looks like Earth is out of the Libra constellation, and it's about 320 million kilometers. So we will go ahead towards that. Now I gotta remember things here. Hold on. Gotta hold the button down and move. This is gonna get in my way, isn't it? I'm too close to the comet. So I've been thinking, Foxfire, about our next Pathfinder session, which, by the way, I loved. I had so much fun in our session yesterday. Always a great time with the group. Is that Scorpio? I think it's Scorpio, isn't it? No, this is Gemini. That's Taurus. Right. So we got to keep going. So I had a lot of fun last night. Um, like I said, I'm going to be sad when I can't play this character anymore, but I am looking forward to our next campaign, which is going to be Iron Gods, for those keeping track at home. And I noticed we do seem to have like an Avengers theme going on. And what I mean by that is, like, when you think about the Marvel Avengers, let's see, the sun's right there. So I got to move it over to the right in Libra. It's going to be somewhere right about here. And we got to go about, what, 320? Yeah, we'll go about 300. And what I mean by the Avengers theme is we have a Tiefling War Priest with green skin. She's pretty much going to be a Hulk. I'm pretty much going to have a character that's like Captain America. You've got a character which is pretty much like Iron Man, in a way, I think. Unless I'm off base. Alright, I'm probably about 40 million off from this here, but let's go ahead. Oh, not bad. So it should be to the right, I'm guessing? Yep, there you are. That's Earth. And, that gives us what? 1, 2, 3... 3 characters that are already of the original 6 Avengers. We would need to have Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Thor to complete the original 6 set. I don't know about the Magus. We have a Magus that someone is going to play. That gets us... Oh, wow, only 1,000,000 away. That's nice. We're going to go ahead and land on Earth here. I'm thinking there's another party here, or another person of our group that we play on Saturday, and you probably know who I'm talking about, the Sheriff. I think he would make a great Hawkeye or a great Thor. And I'm trying to figure out if I can get him to do that. I almost crashed into Earth there. Hold on. I just saw the landing zone. Where'd it go? Yeah. I think Tony and I are going to try and... I'm hoping we can convince him. I figure... We figure if he could play a Ranger, that would be perfect. We just have him play a Ranger, maximize everything on the bow, and that would be a perfect Hawkeye. And he's got the attitude where he could probably pull it off too, like to role play it, and it wouldn't be a stretch from like where he's at now too much. He could also do Thor, I think. I think if we got down to it, we could probably have him do Thor. Where is the landing zone here? I don't know if we have anybody doing Black Widow. That would be a tricky one. We probably need, like, what would be a good class for Black Widow, do you think? Like, I'm thinking like an assassin or spy or something like that, right? Okay, there's the first. Any planet colder than Saturn? I imagine Uranus is colder than Saturn. We can head there. The new player was giving the sheriff back his own. Yeah, yeah. I have to say I think the new player was excellent, and I do hope she continues to join the group because um, I think she handled herself very well. And one of the things I hope that she got from the session that we had last night is, and it's just like I mentioned with Walt on a previous stream when he's thinking about trying to get into Dungeons and Dragons. Everyone's willing to help. Everyone is willing to help you get through. You guys were all willing to help me when I first started playing Pathfinder with you guys. And, I still ask questions to this day, and they probably annoy the crap out of people, but I'm always learning, and I'm hopefully able to kind of pass some of that information on to other people who are playing as well. And that's the thing I love about playing any type of D&D or any type of role-playing game, like pen and paper, in person like that. People are just everyone to a person. I've always known they're willing to help. Um, I imagine there are people out there who have attitudes and stuff, and, oh, I'm not helping you, or no, it's going to be this way, or no way, and blah blah. I don't know. I get the sense that everybody just wants to encourage people to keep playing, so you're going to do everything you can to help each other out. That's good. I'm glad. I do hope that we don't scare her off, obviously, but I'm glad she had a good time, and she seemed like she was starting to get it as the evening wore on a bit. And I figure with the Iron God setting. Oh, I didn't check my email. I'm sorry. I will go in after the stream. I will check the email, but um, I think for the Iron, well, let me step back a bit. I think where she's at right now, because she's at the end of this campaign, it's hard for her to really fully involve yourself into the campaign. Like we've been vested in this thing since day one, so we know everything that's going on with it. I am the same way when it comes to my Friday night campaign with you. As much as I've played it and stuff, I'm not vested in the whole Rise of the Rune Lords thing. I feel like I'm a rent a cleric in that one, and that's fine. It's just I wasn't in there at the beginning, so I haven't seen my character grow like the other guys have, and I haven't had really a vested interest in like crafting my character and really honing it in. It was really just something I whipped up and say, okay, you need a healer. I'm going to be the max healer I can possibly be. So as you know, I mean, I'm not like an offensive cleric. It's just someone need healing, do it. If I can help out any other way, and throw some spells out there to buff or something like that, sure, why not? Um, so I think that's where she's at right now with this campaign. Yeah. Also told her and help her make a character for Iron God. Yeah, exactly. And I told, I said that in the session with our other person there, who the one who I think could be Hawkeye. I think he's good. He said he's learning more, and he's actually checking stuff up on Google and YouTube and all that. And I just told him, hey, look, let's all help each other and make good characters. The ones that you want. I've reached out to everybody about my character, and it's just about done now. I'm about ready to reach out to our GM for that one and verify that I can do the backstory. And I think um, just for us, because we're talking about this now, I do think I am going to go with the Aslanti backstory. But I'm not going to push for like the stat increase. I'm just going to say that that's as part of the backstory that I lose that stat increase somehow. But I do want to pick up the Aslanti backstory because I feel like it fits the whole Captain America narrative. Um, the idea of him being, you know, not necessarily frozen, but maybe like a wizard cast a eternal sleep on him or something, and then some other wizard found me and brought me back to life 10,000 years later, and I start having to learn everything all over again. New the ways of Aslanti are not the same ways anymore. I may have to go and pick a new deity and things like that. Um, So I'm working on crafting that backstory. It's the last little piece I need to do to kind of really, flesh out the character and feel good about it. Anyway, let's keep moving on with this thing because we're kind of getting off track here. Um, so to launch is B, that's right. And then I got to go to Uranus, right? So let's go away from Earth. There we go. And go to either Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto at this point. So I don't want to have to go all the way out to Pluto. I kind of want to do Uranus because that's in Cancer there. It's 2773. It should be colder than, what were they saying? Callisto, I think it was, or no, Saturn. Um, sun's over here. Where am I going with this? I'm on the wrong side here. I gotta go all the way around. But wouldn't it be cool though if we could do like an Avengers theme here, where we have like all six, at least six of the 7 or 8 characters that are playing are kind of reminiscent or loosely based on the original 6? Like having a Thor character would be pretty easy, I would think. Um, and having a Hawkeye character should be relatively easy. I'm not so sure about the Black Widow, but I imagine you could do like a spy or an assassin type. That's another kick butt character, and then we would have it. We would have our Avengers team. And I think that would be awesome. So this is the moon. Okay, so that's Cancer, and that is what's out there. There's a Jupiter, maybe. Yeah, it's probably Jupiter. So if I head towards that direction, I should reach Uranus if I go about 2800 this way. Straight rogue, going assassin, rogue, spy master, archetype. Yeah, spy master archetype is what I could see. And somebody could also be a Nick Fury type if we really wanted to. That could also play into this. I wonder if we could convince our new tank to play either a Black Widow character or a Thor character. That's close enough. Let's see where we're at. Oh, not too far from something here. It's way off though. Holy cow. In Scorpio, huh? So we gotta go this way now. Another good thing that happened today, that's a positive, is my Cowboys won. So they are the NFC East champs. and they get to host at least one playoff game, which this year is great because they are 8-0 at home. And I did not like the idea of them going on the road to face somebody, even if it's somebody like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sun's over there, so I got to go to the right. To Scorpio. 391. I wish I knew my constellations just a little bit better than this. That must be you. You must be my destination, and you are, let's go about 375 in this direction. We could have, I bet you we could have the person who's currently playing the dwarf in our Saturday night campaign. I bet you we could probably have them play a Alright, so you were about, okay, not too far. Gotta go about 3 million. Oh, okay, I guess you're getting really close here. If we had the person playing the dwarf playing a Thor character of some sort, and we could then have the ranger, and then we just need the spy master or the rogue type. Yeah, I'll have to see. I don't want to. I want to be careful about this too. I don't want to push or force people into anything that they don't want to do. You know, I want to make sure that they are comfortable doing something like this. They don't have to do it. They can play exactly whoever they want, and you know, I don't want to influence them in that way where they got to say, "Oh, well, you got to be a Black Widow character or something." You know, I want them to at least think of the idea, and if they don't like it, cool, no big deal. You know. What is that near Uranus? That's got to be their moons, right? Flipping back to the fact that I mentioned the Cowboys, and I know you're not a fan of them. It's cool. um, they got lucky again, and I think they're on a good point where their luck is holding out, and I think if they can ride this lucky streak, it could go a long way for them. I think that's one of the things you need as a if you're going to win a Super Bowl, no matter which team you are, you need to have a little bit of luck on your side. That's whether it's staying away from injuries, getting a good bounce here and there, or just favorable scheduling or something, whatever it may be, luck's involved somewhere. And I think the Cowboys are getting that luck finally. Um, the reason why I say that is because their first round matchup is looking like it's going to be the Green Bay Packers, and their defense does not look very good at all. They kind of stumbled their way into the playoffs, and they've got some weapons on offense, but it's not Aaron Rodgers we're facing here, so it's different. You know, they're at home; they have a good chance of beating the Packers, and the way the playoffs are shaking out, it's looking like Tampa Bay and Philadelphia are going to play each other. Miranda. It's also looking like who's the other one? Detroit. Which, hey, good on Detroit for making the playoffs. You guys have had some terrible seasons in the past. I am happy to see Detroit in the playoffs. they are going to be facing off against the Rams, which is a dangerous team. Um, they've got a lot of good offense going on in that team, and they've got Aaron Donald on defense, disrupting things on the line. But the way that things look like they're going to shake out in the playoffs is, if, let's say, the Rams win and the Cowboys win, the Cowboys are going to face either the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Philadelphia Eagles, both of which those teams really don't scare us, at home. And then San Francisco will have to play the Rams, and the Rams just beat them today by a point. Although San Francisco, I don't think was really playing for anything at this point. They were just trying to get through the season and get through unscathed. Um, any moon larger than Titania? Oh boy, Titan. Like I had Saturn. I think Titan's the biggest moon in the system. There we are on Uranus. So the way that the playoffs are shaking out, I'm actually kind of excited about, because it's possible that the Cowboys might be able to use that luck and get through the first round with the Packers, and then they might face either, um, they might avoid the Rams is my hope. They might avoid the Rams and avoid the Lions and get a favorable matchup with either the Eagles or the Buccaneers at a home game. So they might be able to make it all the way to the NFC Championship for the first time since 1995. Um, so who knows, man? They, it's just a matter of, can they stay lucky, can they stay healthy, and can they keep things going on offense and defense? And that's for any team. Let's blast off. You said you're a Giants fan, right, Foxfire? I think you said that, right? I know Tony is. Oh, you're Pats. Okay, I'm sorry. Tony is a Bills fan. How do you how do you guys not fight each other when you Pats play the Bills twice a year? Um, have you heard anything about Belichick? Is he sticking around yet? I mean, they haven't made any decision on that, I imagine. So that's nothing's been put in there. It's hard to imagine them moving on from Bill Belichick at this point. I mean, yes, they've had a bad team or bad season, but I gotta believe that they can probably turn it around under his watch. They they just need to get like a little bit of offensive help. Get a quarterback and just get somebody that can run that offense, and get somebody on the a good offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick, and then he should be okay, I would think. I know he's trying to chase the all-time wins record, and I'd like to see him do it. Um, could be with the Patriots. I mean, I don't know what other team would take him at this point. Well, I should say, I take that back. There are a lot of teams that would take him at this point. I haven't watched any sports in 4 years. No cable, and the streaming services are too expensive, and I don't want to watch dots or words on ESPN. um, so we did the package for Hulu, Disney, or Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. That's how I'm able to watch some games here and there. Um, I was watching, what was it, Houston and Indianapolis last night, just because I wanted to have something on to watch in the background while I was, doing something on the computer. 2172 in Capricorn. That's Gemini. Cancer. This is Libra, right? No, Virgo, then Libra. Libra's the question mark, I think. Yeah. And then Scorpio's here. I go to Sagittarius. And then Capricorn. Where's Capricorn? Is this it? That's the sun. Pretty sure that's the direction I gotta go in. Yeah. So let's just head there. About 2 million this way. or 2 billion, I should say. So I do watch. I'll watch the Golden Knights when they're on ESPN Plus. I usually don't watch football games, the Cowboys, unless they're on like ESPN or something. I did pick up Sling TV for like 40 a month. I was doing it for the hockey, really, but I watch some other things on it every once in a while. Honestly, I can't justify doing like full-on cable anymore. I miss it sometimes. There are times where I wish I could just throw on a certain channel and like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to watch this again. But cable prices are still way too expensive, in my opinion. We may wind up getting back around to that if somebody can figure out a way to bundle things right. But they haven't figured it out yet. So anyway, my original point going back to Belichick is I think somebody will, if he goes and leaves the Pats, somebody will pick him up. Somebody will say, you know what, we're going to hire him, and he's going to be the one to put us over the top. Um, I suspect. I was listening to a talk show host, which I don't really respect him, but he actually put it in two good points about like of all the teams in the off season that Belichick could go to, or Jim Harbaugh, or somebody else that's like a high profile coaching candidate. If they wanted to go to a team in the NFL, there's really only two places that would be appealing to a coach. Um, One would be San Diego, or not San Diego, but Los Angeles Chargers. Um, and the reason why is because they have a good quarterback in Justin Herbert. You don't need to worry about drafting a good quarterback. You've already got him. You just need to build around him, put the right defense in place, and you've got a contender. Um, the other one is Washington, the Commanders, of all places. And the reason why is because they have new ownership. It's not the Dan Snyder buzzsaw thing anymore. It's new ownership, so they're willing to take things in a new direction. You're starting over from scratch if Ron Rivera's fired, basically. You've got some pieces in place that you can build off of. And you've got money behind you. So, Belichick, I could see Belichick going to Washington or San Diego, or I'm sorry, Los Angeles. I keep calling him San Diego. Um, he could go other places, but those would be the ones I would like to see him go to if he was going to go at all. Closest one is about, oh, that's not too bad. It's an Aquarius, and it's 110 million. So keep going this way, maybe. It could be this one. Let's go 100 million this way. I'm not getting too excited about the Cowboys, though. I mean, every year they do this. They'll make the playoffs. They might win a game, then they'll lose the next game. They'll lose in the division round, and then everyone gets all up in arms. Oh, they stink, blah, blah, blah. And I do hear a lot of my friends say the same thing that most people do, which is I root for such and such a team and any team that's playing against the Cowboys. And I get it. People, they hate us because they ain't us, I suppose. I don't know. But I've also, like, I know, I can understand the angst that people have against the Cowboys. That's Jupiter. That's not Titan. That's not what I'm going for. Crap. Those are the outer three. Red Sox, yeah, exactly. Red Sox and a team against the Yankees, right? Um, I'm the same way. It's like, well, I'm not the same way. I should say, I see that all the time. Like people are like, oh, I'll root for anybody who's playing against the Cowboys, blah blah blah. They're cowgirls, I call them, and there's so much hatred against the Cowboys, and I guess I understand it. Um, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not I'm not one of those Cowboys fans that will talk crap about, you know, they they're the best team ever, blah blah blah. Every year you got to earn it, you know. Yes, they've won 5 Super Bowls in their franchise history. They also haven't been to the NFC Championship game since 1995. That's the one of the longest droughts in the NFC right now. Jupiter. I don't know how big Titania is. And Saturn's on the other end of this. So I have to go towards the sun in Capricorn. Another 2 billion. Wow, that stinks. Well, let's go that way. Yeah, I don't like talking. I don't like, talking up my team and all that crap. It's, you know what? Unless you're a champion, like I can talk about my Golden Knights and say, hey, they're the champs. You got to beat them. We're the best team. I can say that this year because they are the Stanley Cup champions. Once they don't, repeat as the Stanley Cup champions, then like, hey, you got to go back and earn it again. I've never been one for trash talking anyway. I like talking up other teams. Like if somebody says you're a Pats fan, hey, no big deal. You've had a tough year, rebuild coming up, but you know what? You'll find somebody good. You got some good talent on there, and then I'll start trying to highlight certain players that are good. I'd much rather focus on that than talking down to somebody or talking smack to them. That's not fun. I know a lot of Cowboys fans are like they hate the Eagles or they hate the Giants or they'll hate the Commanders or something like that. I can't bring myself to hate a team at this point. I obviously am rooting against them, but I'm not hating a team. And it brings me back to when I actually went with a couple buddies of mine way back when and saw the Giants play the Eagles. I think it was in Philadelphia. I'm trying to remember now. Pretty sure it was in Philadelphia, yeah. This was back in the 90s as well. And I had a Cowboys starter winter jacket at the time. It was a blazing Cowboys everything. And it was during their heyday when they were still a good team and they just won their Super Bowls and stuff, so they were like, everybody was like, Cowboys this and all that. And the Eagles were still looking for their first Super Bowl. And there was there's always been that history about like the Eagles fans and how they booed Santa Claus and how they're the worst fans in the NFL and all that. Honestly, I went there in like I said, full Cowboys jacket, right? Not one person in the pregame came up to me and yelled at me or anything. They didn't say Cowboys suck or anything like that. I was actually like tossing a football around with some Eagles fans prior to the game, just hanging around having a great time, man. It was no one was really mean to me or anything. So I can't back up that thing just in that one sample size, obviously, but I don't want to say that all Philly fans are bad and stuff like that. Just like I can't say all Red Sox fans are bad or Yankees fans are bad. It's you got bad apples in all the bunches, including the Cowboys, including Vegas Golden Knights, so on. It's just a matter of trying to find the good ones. I'm pretty sure that's Saturn, so why am I missing it? Still another 287 in Aries, huh? I gotta be able to see this thing. There you are. That's got to be you. 287. So if I go about 260, I gotta get right up to it. Oh, while I got you here, Foxfire, I do have a question for you. Can you craft, and this is going to be a wild one here, but Do you think we might be able in this Iron Gods campaign to craft a ring of regeneration? Yeah, that might have overshot it a little bit. Nope, we're really close to it. Holy cow. The reason I ask is because that's one of the things. Look at that. Now I got to find the moons. I got to find. I want to find Titan. I think Titan's around Saturn here. The reason I ask, of course, is one of the things that Captain America has is the ability to regenerate after he gets wounded. So I kind of need to figure out a way to, if I can do that somehow in the Pathfinder environment, I would like to try. One of the things that occurred to me is like I could take a little bit of UMD and um, I could enable myself to have like a wand or a rod of Cure Light Wound and just use that repeatedly as the regen as opposed to crafting a ring, you know. That might be the cheaper way to do it, an easier way to do it. Dione, and what's this one? Titan's got to be out here somewhere. I know it is. Oh, what's this one? Rhea. Whoa. Jeez, I almost crashed into Rhea. That would have been bad. Where is Titan? If you're listening, Foxfire, and you're wondering, the Ring of Regeneration would be its value is 90,000, so the craft value would be 45,000. It would take 45 days to craft. I don't even know if you can craft it. You obviously won't have the spell for a long time, so that would be another issue. I am taking Forge Ring. Please hold. Let me look. So if you're taking Forge Ring, that's one of the requirements. The other one is Regeneration, of course, which I don't know who's going to have that spell. That's, I know, a pretty high-level spell. So it's kind of a pie-in-the-sky dream. I don't know if it's even doable. Like in this campaign setting, it's going to be really difficult to reach that, let alone like find somebody who can do it, or find it in a city or something, because the gold piece value on it's so high, you know. Oh, there's Titan. Found it finally. So here's the skinny. All right, let's find the landing spot on Titan. This should do it. I'm pretty sure this is the largest moon, or if not one of the largest moons in our solar system. All right, so we got the third leg done. Any moon colder than Saturn? Going back to Uranus at this point. Radar says, oy vey. So let's go Neptune. How about that? Let's change it up. Neptune's got moons, right? Pretty sure it does. So I have to be minimum a 15th level caster. You would have to come up with a 45k, and it would take me 15 days, not 45. My DC would be higher on my spellcraft roll for not having that spell since it is divine. Trying to remember the requirements for the caster level. Is it because of the spell? Because that's a pretty high level spell, regeneration, right? Hey, Jeff Groves. Thanks for the follow, man. Please tell me you're not going to sell me something. Oh, you remember this game, huh? Excellent. 45 to survive spell. Okay, that's right. You can craft. Oh, you. Scott Adams game cartridge. Do you actually have something like that? My goodness. No, it's just like every time I get a follower lately, it's been like, oh, hey, sorry to stop in. It's like, you know, you know, do you want some help in improving your channel? I have all sorts of things I can sell you, custom banners, graphics, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're old. Jeff, join the club, man. We got t-shirts. Happy to have you aboard, man. I remember this game too, and I was going in the first episode. Neptune does have moons, but remember the info in this game. Yes, it is quite dated, huh? It's from the 80s. Yes, Pluto has moons in this game. That's true. I think I wound up landing on Charon in this one because that was one of the requirements. All right, so we're gonna go for Neptune in Leo. All right, so we got to blast off. Yeah, if you, Jeff, if you want, like I said, this is the second stream I'm doing of Halley Project. Get out of here so I can talk. There we go. All right, so that's Scorpio. Oh, no, it's Taurus. I got to go to Leo. Um, the first stream, I actually did a little bit of like backstory to the game. Um, if you, I know you remember this because you had it. The game came in a certain package where you had like a dossier and you had the tape cassette to listen to their little 5 minute spiel about the Halley Project, and everything seemed top secret and stuff. List of facts. There was the reference card, sending away for the secret mission. So um, yeah, that was done in the first episode, which I did about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. I've got it on YouTube. My YouTube channel. Let's see if my links still work here. Looking up the magic item, crafting the DC would be 25. I think we have ways to fix that too, I think, because we've done it in the other one. Sky travel, yes. Sky travel. I wonder if that's the name of it and not Skyview. I bet you Sky travel is the one I'm thinking of. Sky travel and visible solar system was the other one I remember. Um, those two I had at home. I think visible solar system was a cartridge. Yeah, Sky Travel. Okay, yes, Sky Travel was the planetarium one, and I remember we talked about this one as well when in the first stream. Um, Sky Travel, you could actually set the date and time, right? Skewing. um, you could actually set the date and time and figure out where the planets were in alignment and stuff, and what the stars looked like on a certain day. Easter eggs, yes. um, Jeff, man, you're right up my alley right now here because last Sunday, we played Adventure for the Atari 2600, which was one of the very first video games, not the first, but one of the first that had an Easter egg in it. Yeah, uh, that was that was a lot of fun. I forgot how much fun that game really is. The bat was screwing with me all night, stealing my stuff. Yes, the secret programmer room name. Yep. Again, it's on my YouTube channel. I'll see if I can. Can I do this here? I've got an alt account here. There you go. So that's the link to my YouTube channel. Um, I put all my streams out there like a day or two after I air them. So my I don't know if I got into the adventure one yet. You can trap the bat? I didn't know that. So you would have to get the key and lock it as soon as you put it in there? That's interesting. I'll have to check that out now. I always thought that the bat would just like fly through the gold castle. Leo, 5780. The sun is here. I gotta go this way. I am so terrible with these constellations. If I remember, if you walk outside the gold castle, the bat remains inside. It's possible. And I mentioned on that stream that I would not be adverse to playing that game again, because that was fun. I had a blast playing it, man. I forgot how fun that game could be. And it's so simple, you know? Yeah, I only know so much about it now because I have to research every game I play here. So I try to get the backstory in it. I get the wiki up. I start reading up some of the facts. Yorgel, Grundle, Rindle. Yes, we were talking about their names on the stream. That's right. I apologize for the seizure if it sets you off here. Yorgel, Grundle. The bat even had a name called Nubber Rub. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, it was fun doing this game because, adventure I mean, because it led to so much. It's actually quite a foundational game in the history of video games. One of the first fantasy games, one of the first adventure games, one of the first games with the Easter egg in it. One of the first games that had things like enemies off screen that would move, you know, things like that. So, Jeff, it's good to have you on board, man. I usually stream every Sunday and Wednesday night. Foxfire is usually with me every night as well. He's been a very good, very loyal fan to me, and we're usually on here talking about whatever, you know, floats our boat here. We also have a Pathfinder RPG session. So we play that offline as well, and sometimes we'll get to talking about, and that's what we're talking about tonight. Can I go into map mode? No, I can't. It's either blast through this or stop. Let me stop here for a moment so I can catch a break here. We're not that far away from it. Looking like we are in the right direction in Leo. We're about 2 billion more kilometers. So let's go another 2 billion here, and then we'll see. But yeah, every Sunday and Tuesday night, or sorry, Sunday and Wednesday night, I usually try to go around 8:30. I'm going to try and move the time a little earlier, I think. On Wednesday nights so far, we've been playing Pool of Radiance for the Commodore 64. I also want to play some other ones, like some Atari games. Also, I'm looking to do like a Tank Wars session where you guys can actually play. Combat, yes. For the Atari, I remember that. Drafter's Fortune will not work because Spellcraft is not a craft skill. Right. I'm a sorcerer, so no familiar giving me a bonus. It will be a straight roll for me. However, at 15th level, E1, my Spellcraft will be a plus 27. But what about the helmet that our current wizard has? Can you use something like that? I thought you could use the helmet to kind of give you that bonus as well. Space Invaders, wow, that's another one. that was one of the first games that let me know that I was decent at video games. I remember being a kid playing Space Invaders on the Atari 2600, and I wound up flipping the score like 5 times. I just kept playing it and stuff. And back then, I had no idea if that was a record or anything like that. It probably wasn't, but that was the first game that I played that I was like, I'm not bad at this. I could actually do this, you know? I'm not trying to brag, of course. It's just one of the very few accomplishments I really haven't. If you watch my channel at all, you'll know that I stink at a lot of these games. Ask the Bat and Adventure, man. He just kept screwing me that session. In fact, if in this channel, I did a greatest hits of that game. You can check that out if you want. It's it's basically me and the bats and the dragons just going at it. So is it the Epic Summer? Oh, Epics, right? Yes, Summer Games. Um, I think I've played it at least once on the channel. I'll probably revisit it though. We just did Winter Games and the Games Winter Edition not too long ago. That was probably last month, I think. Yeah, I could use the helm to give me a 20. However, if the DC is 25 and have a 27, I can't fail. Right. So I could try to speed it up and DC would be 30. Okay. You bring it, I'm glad. That's what this channel is for, Jeff. Bringing back the youth. Um, that's what we do. 191 million kilometers to Leo. So we are there. Mr. Dew's Castle. Wow. That one I really didn't play a lot of when I was a kid. Of course, I also didn't play the Crystalia that Foxfire mentioned too. That was an NES game that he played as an RPG. That was kind of interesting playing that. Load Runner, wow. How far do I get? 191. Make sure I don't mess this up here. There you are, Neptune. Yes, a lot of Load Runner. I did do Jumpman and Jumpman Junior not too long ago. We've also done other ones like Space Taxi, Castle Wolfenstein. Yeah, Jumpman was a fun one. Pitfall Harry, yep, we did Pitfall. Pitfall was a frustrating one. Foxfire remembers that one. I could not jump the scorpions in the lower level. I was trying to do the epic run of getting all the treasures and stuff under 20 minutes, but I could not jump those scorpions to save my life. The hitbox was so big that you have to get it just right. Space Taxi, yes. That was another. That's another one that you could probably still get a clip on in my channel here without going to YouTube, because I did a greatest hits of that one as well. The very first stream, that I did on Twitch was Impossible Mission by Epix, and I plan on. I'm hoping. I think for the 100th stream, I might do Impossible Mission 2. I think I'm saving that one to see if I can bring that one in. This is fun. I love I love rattling off freaking old games. Yeah. Where am I going? Any planet or moon? I forget what the mission is now. Yeah, it is. Stay a while, stay forever. Yes, that's the one. I'm gonna try Triton. Stay still, Triton. Easy does it. Slow her down a bit. Just gotta get into. There we go. There's that groovy music. Whoa, you're going too fast. Wow, this thing's moving. Cool. Now we head back home to Comet Halley. That's easy. I still love the way that they do the. Honestly, I don't know if I've made it through all 10 missions. I might have gotten about this far, and then I just gave up on it when I was a kid or something. I don't know. Um, I don't remember what the well, 10th level is Starbird, so I would assume that might be the hardest, but um, we're on the Swift one now, so who knows? I do love the artwork on this, though. Um, I mean, they were trying to predict what this stuff looked like. Even if they got it wrong, it still looks kind of cool to me. Let's blast off. Get away from the Triton. And we're not trying to do this for time here. We're just trying to complete the missions. So I'm not worried about trying to speed through these. Looks like we have to head towards the sun in Pisces. I gotta do 4.8 billion, huh? That's Cancer. Go around the Pisces. So also, Jeff, what I was doing up until recently was I was also playing a little bit of World of Warships. There's another follower that we have. His name is Zaldra, who will sometimes play with me on there as well. So I I was playing it up until recently. It's not one of those games that I like to play in terms of like grinding it. Um, Sometimes I just get the taste of doing it. I don't know World of Warships. Okay, it's not really a retro game. That's why I'm not playing it, consistently anymore. I'm trying to stay true to games that are more in line with the theme of this channel, which is A, retro games, and B, mental health. We want to support everybody in their mental health here. So I was doing that on a Thursday night thing, kind of cooling that off a little bit. I might pick that up again every once in a while. But mostly it's just trying to do the retro games. I just recently cut back my schedule, just again to kind of help myself mentally, because I was going at like 4 nights a week, and it was tough trying to be able to balance family life with doing this. But I still have lots of fun playing these old games, though. I gotta go how far? 4.8 billion. So Foxfire, I don't know if we're going to wind up getting that ring unless we hit the mother load in the campaign and got like thousands of gold pieces somehow, which is fine. I'm not bent on trying to get a ring of regeneration. I could probably get away with just doing like Wands of Pure Light, Rods of Pure Light. I don't know what the difference is, but I can take a couple ranks in UMD just to allow myself to do it, to heal myself, and make that be the regenerative thing for Captain America, basically. So Jeff, since you're new to the channel, I'll ask you, what was the first, how do I put this? Either your first computer or your first video game system, whichever one you feel like sharing. Given what you've described so far, it sounds like it might be the Commodore 64, although it was an Atari 2600. Okay, good, nice. You mentioned combat. Oh, you had the VIC-20 too, huh? Welcome. I also had the VIC-20 as well. Oh, you had the memory expander, lucky guy. I did not. I did not have the memory expander. If I did, I didn't use it all that much. The VIC-20 that was my computer when I was a kid. My dad had the Commodore 64, which I still wound up playing on all the time. Yeah, same here. Computes Gazette was the thing back then. Yeah, using poke commands. You can still find the Computes Gazette for the Commodore 64 and the VIC-20 out there online. I actually have a couple pages of bookmark for that. One of the things I thought about doing for this channel is doing one of those like, hey, let's type in one of these programs in a stream and see what but it cooks up. There were some decent games in those magazines back then, which is it's strange now to think about that, right? Can you imagine a gaming company putting out the source code to one of their games today in a magazine? Say, here, you can just type this in. That's insane. Halley is still a long way away here. I probably should be shortening up my blasts here. So 323 in Gemini. There you are. That must be you right there. They had some good stuff. Amazing how much they crammed into that small amount of memory. All right, Foxfire, have yourself a good evening. It's always good to talk to you. Thank you so much for chatting with me about Pathfinder and all sorts of other things tonight. Let's talk tomorrow. I have so many other questions I want to bounce off you, so looking forward to it. Oh, there it is, right there. I just got to hit that thing. What's troubling about this is I really wanted to get through 3 missions tonight, and as it is, I'm just getting through 1, so... But I'll get there. I will get there. Just gotta run into this comet here. What other games did we play back in the day? I did a stream on Mule. Oh, sound's killing me here. I'm trying to, let me see if I can bring up some of the other ones here. Yeah, it's let's see, 8 p.m. where you are, so you are 2 zones behind me. It's about 10 o'clock here. I usually tend to go to about 10:30 or so. I might run a little later tonight, just because I'm feeling like I'm in a good groove here. I'm trying to adjust the times a little bit so that I can either start earlier or you know expand it so I'm doing more than just 2 hours at a time. I like to try and go a little bit further for as people are more interested in this. Cool. Let's run into this comet here. There we go. Swift mission done. So that's number 6 out of 10. We have to go further. I was hoping to get through the next 2 tonight. So I'll see if we can do that. What other games do we do? Let's see. I was doing Diablo 2, the remastered version. I might pick that one back up again. I was having fun with that one. That's, of course, not a Commodore game, but Diablo 2 was a fun one. We did a good bunch of games on Neuromancer for the Commodore. We did, speaking of Epic's games, Sierra games. Wow. Sierra. There was a lot of good Sierra games. I'm trying to remember some of the ones I used to play now. Whoops. All right, so now we're on Nighthawk. Leisure Suit Larry, yes. Any Moon, huh? Fantastic. Let's go find Any Moon. What's the closest place here? Let's see. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. I can't tell which one's Earth in this situation here. I think it's the one to the left, or that's near Sagittarius. I can go on Earth's moon. That would be kind of cool. So Scorpio and Sagittarius. Yeah, I was thinking Mars. I could do Mars because they got, I think Phobos and Deimos are in Mars. I could hit one of those moons. That is Taurus. I'm gonna go all the way around the. It is kind of interesting how they did this game, like how you have to You hard braked as much as possible, yeah. I should do that just so I can get away from it. But I remember going for time was a thing in this game. Um, so that's Virgo, Libra, I think. No, this is Scorpio. So Scorpio, I gotta go a little bit to the left of that if I want Earth, I think. To the right would be Virgo, Libra, if I wanted to go for Mars. I think I'll try for Earth. I think 269, yeah, that sounds about right. Scorpio and Sagittarius. It's gotta be this one right here. I'm hoping this isn't Venus, because that would stink. What other games did we do? Let's see. So Sierra games. I remember I think Sierra also did they were linked with Dynamix. I think they did the front page sports series. LucasArts. That's a company we did. Oh, what was it? Rescue on Fractalus by LucasArts. We did that one. I wanted to do Coronis Rift, but I'm forever sullied by that game because there's a playthrough on Coronis Rift that shows you that you can literally skip almost every level. Monkey Island and Willy Beamish. I don't even remember though. I remember Monkey Island, although I never really played it. I don't remember Willy Beamish. Um, Rescue on Fractalus was a good one. Um, what else? Coronis Rift. I really wanted to play that one through, but there's a playthrough down online where you can basically skip like every level. Like there's 20 levels, 20 rifts you have to go through, and the playthrough says, okay, you got to go to this rift, get this one particular module, and then skip all the rest of them, and you can just basically beat the game. And that just forever corrupted my vision of Chronos Rift because I really liked that game growing up, but I can't play it anymore because of that, unfortunately. Warp zones. What were some of the other ones that we did? Raid on Bungling Bay. Raid over Moscow was another one. Do I want to do this? That's what, about 25? Alright, just overshot it by a little bit. Raid on Bungling Bay, Raid over Moscow. We did Epic's Pit Stop and Pit Stop 2 recently. Showed people bleeding red blood. I'm trying to remember what part of the game actually showed that. I don't remember now, because we just played that. Said any moon. This is Earth, so we'll just go for this. Really? They showed blood? I don't remember that now. Maybe I had a different version of it that didn't show that. It is possible they did do different versions of games sometimes to clean them up. I do remember. I think Finland actually got involved with that game at one point because of their proximity to Moscow. Um, Beachhead 2. Those were fun games that we did, I think. Yeah, I could go low power. I'm just so lazy. I don't want to do it. What were some of the other games we did? Mail Order Monsters by Electronic Arts. Realm of Impossibility. What were some of the other games we did? Yes, Mail Order Monsters. Masters of Magic. Yes, I did do Master of Magic. I was disappointed in that game. That was a harder game than I remember. So now I can go from the moon to Earth, basically, here. That'll satisfy that. Where's Earth from here? So all you need to do is land on Earth, and that should satisfy that. Oh, we must be talking about different games here, because there was probably Masters of Magic and then Master of Magic, which is what we had done on the stream here, which was, it had nothing about dark elves or nightshades. It was rather basic compared to what I think you're describing there. Now I want to look up Masters of Magic. Let's go land on Earth here. What other games did we do recently? We will definitely do Summer Games again. Because I don't think I did Summer Games 2 or the Game Summer Edition. At one point, I'll probably do those and just, put them all out there. What are some of the other streams that I had? Where are you? Yeah, we did Pitfall. Oh, that's another software company I really haven't hit a lot of is Accolade. We did do Hardball, and I think we did Sci-Fi Trading Company, but we didn't really do a lot of other ones for that. Jupiter, huh? Played a lot of Hardball when I was a kid, because that was one of the better baseball games you could have. That one, and if you wanted the sim version of baseball, you had to go with Micro League Baseball on the Commodore. Let's see, Jupiter, huh? I'm at Earth. There's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Jupiter must be in Pisces here. If I'm reading this right. That M Networks football game. That's another thing I want to do if I have the ability to do that this winter here, because it's the playoffs for football. I do want to start dusting off some of the old Commodore football games. Super Bowl Sunday was one of the ones I played. There were some other ones that were kind of not so great, but I might dust those off just to kind of play them. 655 from here, I think. All right, let's try that in Pisces. Let's head this way. Yeah, there's Cancer, Gemini. I know one that we played for the IBM PC back in the day was Joe Montana Football. That one, we wound up breaking that game. We found like a quick pass that you could do that would like guarantee a touchdown every freaking time. Let's see, Taurus. This must be it right here, right? Because Taurus is right there. This must be Aries, and it must be this. No, it's almost in Pisces, actually. Okay, never mind. This should be it. It's 655? Right on the ecliptic, yeah. Archon and Archon 2, we did play those. I did Battle Chess at one point. Lost all my games because I stunk at it. Lords of Conquest. I remember that's vaguely familiar. I'm trying to remember if I ever played that now. I hope I'm really close here. Let's see. Nope. Oh, maybe I am close. Hold on. I see the dot right there. It's in Scorpio. Sort of like Risk. Okay. I might have played it then. I might have played it. Ganymede. No, you got to land in Jupiter. So at least Ganymede I know is Jupiter, so we're good there. Good. Let's head to Jupiter. We did do some text adventure games, like Asylum was on there. Some of the other ones. I did Space Taxi. I did Mule. Mule was a fun one. No, I haven't done Voodoo Castle yet. The Count sounds familiar though. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Mule. Played that a lot in the back in the day. I gotta get a little closer here to Jupiter here. The Wild. Oh, rats. I missed it. I missed the landing zone. Where are you? Come on, you're right there. Come on. We did The Wild, which was another RPG game from like 1982. Not a lot of people play that I remember, but it's a pretty cool D&D type game. If you like simplistic style D&D, like a first edition. Oh, Amalthea. Amalthea is. Oh, I don't want to look this up online. I saw this though. This was. I think it's right here in Jupiter, isn't it? Or am I wrong? I think it's right here in Jupiter. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's here. I just gotta figure out. There's Europa. I know Io and Ganymede are here. Everybody stop. Io, Ganymede. I'm pretty sure it's here. But yeah, this is basically what the channel is, man. It's retro games and mental health and beat the Sunday blues and just have fun. Very chill here. Still building up followers here, still, building my stream up and everything, but I'm having fun doing it. Love talking about the old games. Ultima 3, wow. I do remember the Ultima games. I played a little bit of them. I don't see Arimathea. Isn't that right? Some moons were just. Oh, yeah, so it's possible there could be some moons here that I don't see. All right. I don't know how I'm going to find this thing. All right, we have faith that it is here. Oh, there's one behind it there. I don't know if that's the one that I saw. That might be it. Trying to get around Jupiter here to get to it. I did play some Ultima back in the day. Not a lot of it, though, unfortunately. Because that's one of the best series of all time, I think. That was Callisto, wasn't it? Yeah, that's Callisto. But there's another one here, isn't there? That is Ganymede. Let's keep going around Jupiter. I'm pretty sure it's here, though. Oh, where is this thing? Just doing a scan here to see if it's around us. If anything's moving. Not seeing it. this up. I've been doing this entire game so far without having to look up a single fact. There's Callisto, Ganymede, really tight into Jupiter. Yeah, you may be right there. It might be a really small moon. There's Jupiter now. I've lost it. I've been scanning around here. I think I'm going too far. Let's get back to Jupiter. I think you're right. I think it was really close. I think that's how I stumbled into it. So I'm going to throw this out to you, Jeff. I've got, so just so you know, my schedule is going to be on Wednesday night. We are going to, I'm going to continue on with Jupiter's here. I'm going to continue on with Pool of Radiance on Wednesday night. You can see my epic fails there. I'll probably finish this up next Sunday. After that, if you have a request for a game that you'd love to see, pop it into the chat now if you want, and I'll see if I can get it and set it up so I can play it. There's Ganymede. This is not Io. This cannot be Io. Europa. Jupiter's here somewhere. Where the heck is it? Oh, what's that? What is that? Oh, that's Io still. Okay. I'll go back through the chat here and look. The ones you've mentioned, like Mr. Dew's Castle, Voodoo Castle, Ultima. I would love to get into the Ultima series, but I'm trying to balance it out so I'm not doing like a long-term game like I'm doing every Wednesday night. If I can do a third stream and bring that back, then maybe I'll do another one. No, it's cool, man. It's like I say, hey, I love all sorts of different games, and I love being able to bring these to life and showing them out for a new generation of people. Let's get close into Jupiter again. I also need to get myself a decent joystick. I did try to get one that was very, very similar to the old Atari style, but it broke on me after like a week. Yeah, right now I'm using the arrow keys for most of the stuff. So obviously I'm not doing stuff like summer games where you got to wiggle a joystick, or decathlon where you got to wiggle a joystick rapidly. But eventually, when I do find a decent quality joystick that can withstand the abuse, I'll switch to those. I do have an Xbox controller. Obviously, I don't want to use that for that type of game. Get closer to this thing. There's like 3 moons right here, all within each other here. I can see 2 of them. I can't see the third one. Because this is Io. This is probably Callisto. No, that's Ganymede. There is a third one right there, though. I can just make it out. It's really, really tiny, though. Let's see if I can get to it. But yeah, that's the, there you are. Whoa, you are small. You are small, my friend. This might require low power. That is a tiny moon. Take it. So what I'm looking for in a joystick is just something that's durable, that I can do that stick wiggle like we used to do back in the day. Ideally, it can plug into USB and I can link it through to Vice here. Wow, that was quick. Comet Halley. Beautiful. Let's get this done. Blue. All right. Blast off. Where are you, Comet Halley? Leo at 634, huh? Oh, we're not going to land on you again. Just want to pull away from the planets here. Alright, so we got to go to Leo. Leo, this is not Leo. I think I'm going the wrong way here. It's alright, we'll scan through. That's Taurus. That's Gemini. I am using an emulator for all these games. I do have a bread bin Commodore 64, and I have made it work with my HDMI monitor. I found a little thing online that allows you to craft a cable together that will actually plug the C64 directly into HDMI, and get through all the Luma and Chroma crap that you have to deal with. So once I can get a good like peripheral for that, yeah, that it wasn't easy. You got to really work on your soldering skills, I think, because that's what was the challenge for me, anyways. Um, once I was able to make that cable all right, then it worked. How far is this thing, anyways? 600. Let's go 600. Let's go over here. I would love to be able to get like a little peripheral drive for it that I can plug in an SD card. I've seen them online where you can do that. That's been on my to-do list for a while. I just had other projects come up and everything, so. I do know there's at least one other streamer who will, I think she streams directly from a real Commodore. I don't think it's an emulator. I would love to at least be able to try that. All right, Haley's not too far. Let's just move over that way. Yeah, dedication. Yeah, the reason why I think that she's doing it for real is because she's actually got one of the old style joysticks. I think it was one of the quick shot turbos or something. And she plays on that. That's how she's doing it and stuff. And it doesn't seem like an emulator. I could be wrong. I think it can be done though if you really wanted to stream it. I think it can be done from an original Commodore. It's a matter of getting the right device in there to send it to the right, channel, of course, and send that out. But you're right, that is dedication. I'm just happy to do Vice like this, or another emulator like what is it called, Stella for the Atari. We've got Mugen for the NES, I think. Sound. Let's get away from that. We just need to crash into this comet. All right, all right. Nice. 2 down, 1 to go. DOS Emu, yes. DOS game. There are some DOS games I would love to stream soon as well. I've been thinking about a couple of them. Like I've seen a couple of the Wing Commander games from the PC era, in the old DOS era, where you used to play those things. I would love to be able to do the first one, at least the first original Wing Commander. Um, maybe working up through Wing Commander 3 or 4, I think it is. The one with the it's the one with the full motion videos. It's got Mark Hamill, Tom Wilson's in it. There's some other stars in there as well. John Davies, I believe, is in that. But yeah, I would love to be able to stream a few of those. I'd love to do Wing Commander Privateer was a game I played a lot of. That was a fun one. Falcon, here we go. Any moon smaller than Titania? I don't even know how big Titania is. I could go back to Jupiter. I could probably solve that one pretty easy. Because if I go back to Jupiter, I could probably go to Amathea again. That's probably that one. Yeah, that's got to be the one up in Gemini there. You got to be it. I don't even know where Titania is. That's true. Phobos Deimos is also. Those are pretty small, huh? I could, let's give that a shot. I'm gonna take your suggestion and go with that. Because I listen to my fans. Oh, so just to the left of the sun, basically. Yeah, I know Titan is Saturn. Titania is Uranus. It could be. I didn't see it there when I was just there, but it's probably you're probably right. I'm guessing. Scorpio to the left, huh? All right, let's go to the sun. Second star to the left, straight on till morning. I haven't been to Phobos or Deimos in this game yet. I have been to Mars. See, it's Cancer. I believe that's Libra, Virgo coming. There's the sun. I gotta go somewhere to the left of it, don't I? Like, well, this is too far to the left. I think it's gonna be right about here. 500 million. Okay. we did. We also did a couple of NES games like Super Spike Volleyball, Arch Rivals Basketball. We did Mike Tyson's Punch Out. We did the Chris Stalia one that I mentioned. So yeah, good NES games as well. I've even got somebody who had asked about like TRS-80 if I could emulate that. The answer is yes. I have to dig up the emulator I found for that, but we can do it. Did I overshoot you? No, you're right there. I just went a little bit past. 96 in Aquarius. The Trash 80, yes. I kind of want to do that one because I never had a TRS 80 at home. ColecoVision, yes. Where is this one? This is. Oh, there's two of them right next to each other, but I think the one I want is to the right. About 95 million, right about this way. Strange trivia question for the, you mentioned ColecoVision. Do you know what Coleco stands for? Without looking it up? Well, it is, but there's actually like a legitimate abbreviation for Coleco. It was originally called the Connecticut Leather Company. which Hartford Whalers, you can understand, I've actually got roots in Connecticut. So, um, yeah, amazing, huh? I I didn't discover this until later in life, but yeah, I had no idea that Coleco and ColecoVision, those are names we heard from our childhood most likely. Everybody was playing on ColecoVisions or whatever, and it was a popular platform back then. Had no idea it had a tie to Connecticut, you know? We gotta be really close to this thing now. Yeah, we gotta just run right into this, I think. There's Mars. Let's go find your moons. Whoa! Yeah, there they are. There's one behind there. I just gotta get to it. For some reason, this music always reminds me of Agent USA. No, I don't want to land on Mars. I gotta get to the moon behind you. Where the heck is it? Keeps. I can't slip around this thing fast enough. There you are. Oh wow, there's the other one right there. Okay. We'll go after this one because it's further away. I don't want to crash into the planet. Wow, that's fast. Jeez. How is it so hard to hit these things, man? It's still not even showing up as a moon. Alright, I gotta go low power for this. Because this is incredibly small. I thought Amathea was bad. This is like ridiculous. Yeah, there's Deimos. Okay, good. Goodness, it's so tiny. Look at that. I'm about to lose it here. No, I don't want to land on Mars. Yeah, 5 mile radius, yeah. Incredibly tiny. Stop. Finally. There was also a couple other games we did too by Microprose. If you remember the company Microprose, they did a lot of good games for the Commodore back in the day. They put out a good stream of hits like Pirates. Um, what was it Pirates? They did all the combat ones like F-15 Strike Eagle, Project Stealth Fighter. There was some ground-based ones, I think, as well. They also did Red Storm Rising, which was one of my favorites. I did a few, streams on that. Yeah, some good stuff. Any moon of Saturn. Well, that makes it easy. Look at that. That's still a pretty good picture, I gotta say. That is pretty neat. I'm glad we went to Deimos. Thank you for that. I'm glad we did this because it's a nice, different picture, than what we have seen before. 12 kilometers away. See ya. We gotta move to high power, and let me get off of this real quick. I gotta find Saturn. Oh goodness, let's see. You gotta be this one over on the right, I'm guessing. In terms of distance from the sun, that looks about right. So I gotta go to the Pisces Aquarius combo there. Why am I still moving? That's Taurus. Oh, figures Mars is gonna be right in the way, isn't it? This is probably my destination. 1338, so we're gonna go about 1,300 kilometers, 1,300 million kilometers. Beachhead 2, we're good. The other ones. Little thing here. Wasteland. Oh yes. Oh wow, we got really close to that, didn't we? Nice. Hopefully that's Saturn. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes! I can land on any moon. Yeah, we'll do a quick jump here. Too quick, but whatever. Oh, that sound is so annoying. How do we ever put up with that? Alright, I can see a moon there already. All we gotta do is land on any one of them. Just pick one and we'll be good. Which game were you trying to bring up? And which emulator, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, Project. Okay. On Vice. Which version of Vice are you running? Oh, that sound is so annoying. Okay. I am running, I want to say it's 3.7 version. I'll tell you in just a second. GTK 3 Vice 3.7, I guess. I think my old Vice RC file did not get copied over. Okay. Yeah, I'm running 3.7. I don't know if that matters to you or not. It was the latest one I found at the time when I started this. There's probably a later version out now, but any planet smaller and always colder than Earth. Well, that's Mars. Go to Mars. That's easy. Kind of limits you down, doesn't it? If you're going to go smaller and colder than Earth. It's just either Mars or Pluto, basically. 3, I'm guessing in Leo, just to the left of the sun. That's Gemini. Alright, so right about here. And 1, 3, 4, 7, 1, 3. Freezes on the big screen, yeah. I have not really had too many problems with this version. I think I've had the occasional game that doesn't work, but most games are pretty compatible with this version of Vice, I believe. Let me know if you get it running, though. If you run into a problem, we'll work it out. We'll try and figure it out together. Where is Mars? Let's see. Please tell me it's close. Yeah. In Gemini. It's going to be this way. There you are. These things. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's one of these two dots here. Just gotta get close enough to it. It's about as fast as I dare to go without getting the sound, the annoying sound. Is that it? No, that's the sun. Am I missing it here? I am missing it. think I'm zooming past it now. It's going into Libra and Scorpio. I must have just gotten the wrong targeted. Libra, Scorpio. It's gotta be this. Yeah, there you are. Land on Mars. Here we go. All right. Still not working, huh? Vice RC. I'm not familiar with Vice RC. I don't know if that has anything different to it. Whoa! It suddenly started working. There you go, man. Congratulations. Happy to hear it's working for you, man. I don't know if you have this on Vice RC. I got to the pilot screen and frozen again, but I think okay. You think you got this? Okay. I don't know if you have this on Vice RC. Again, I'm not familiar with that one, unless it's like a different version of Vice. This one I've got has one of the things I love about it is that it has the ability to take snapshots at any moment, so you can save the oh, it's a settings file. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I love doing the snapshots when you get the save states of the game. It's much easier than having to flip disks and put a save disk in and stuff unless you need to. It's just easier to work that way, I guess. I do it a lot with the Pool of Radiance session on Wednesday night because that one is so subject to random, what do they call it? What's the term I'm looking for? Random. Like random dice rolls, I guess. There's a term for it. I can't remember it right now. I'm just drawing a blank. Taurus, huh? That's Gemini. Taurus, this way. Just to the right. Let's go that way. Let's go 4.7. We're probably going to go about 4 billion and then we'll adjust. Might be worth just grabbing the latest version of Vice if you want. It's out there. You can find it on the web and stuff. It's easy to just throw it in a directory and try it. I usually run, like I said, I run 3.7 right now, and I'm running the X64 SC executable. There might be a better one, but that's the one I've always used, and it just works. Traveling through hyperspace is still a long time. 2.4.27. That is going a way back. You may want to upgrade that, my friend, just for your own sake. They've probably made a lot of good improvements since then. I gotta go with this one. You're still in Aries or Pisces. 890. Okay. There you are. Let's go that way. I do remember having an older version of Vice that wasn't nearly as clean as what I've got now. I remember you had to use the function keys a lot to get around the menus and stuff. I have it somewhere in my archive still. I don't know why. This is just easier to use for me. It could be one of the advanced settings you might have to tweak a little bit to get it to emulate in a certain mode. I don't know off the top of my head what it might be, though. There you are, Neptune. What do they got for preferences, I wonder? It's probably not your emulation speed. I don't think it's going to be your frames per second. CPU jam action, maybe. You might have to do a certain machine model. You may have to, if it does allow you to do specific models, excuse me, you might have to do something like NTSC instead of PAL, or vice versa, I mean. Your SID model might matter. Kernel revision, VIC2, CIA, all those things might matter there. Your ROM files and your RAM files, I think, ought to be okay. Oh, why am I? No, I get it, man. I come from a long line of troubleshooting and problem solving, so anytime somebody's struggling with an issue, I always try and do what I can to offer whatever assistance I can, if any. But sometimes it's difficult to do across time zones. But I really hope you're able to get that running now. I got a feeling you'll be able to. I think it's just a matter of figuring out what to tweak. 128 mode. That's right. You could switch that back to C64 mode if you wanted to. Don't need to hear that. There's the moon. I want to hit that moon. I have faith you will, my friend. I have faith you will. Oh, what would you want to play more than this game, I wonder? I am looking also to do like Visible Solar System and Sky Travel one of these days too. I might do both of them in the same stream, just to do one of those things to like, hey, this is what we had back in the day. I'm gonna draw the line, I think, at Magic Desk though. Triton. All right, that works. It is also possible that the version of the game you have might not be, 100% compatible. There you go. You might just need to get a different version of Halley Project. All right, going back to Halley. Yeah, sometimes you need to, like, depending on who copied the game and if it was hacked or cracked or something like that. Um, yeah, now you mentioned that, I'm gonna go ahead and jot that down because I had no idea there were Easter eggs in Sky Travel. Let me go ahead and write that down real quick. Um, yeah, to get a new notepad here. Nice. Yeah. Um, I will definitely look into that now because I love Easter eggs. Absolutely love Easter eggs. Anytime I get a chance to reveal one or a couple here, I love being able to do that. So we gotta head to the Sun 4.2. It's in Libra. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look up that one for Sky Travel. Do a 4 billion. Then we'll do a course correction here. What other games do I have that are queued up here? I wonder. A lot of them in my list here. Some of them I'm either not going to hit or haven't done yet. Like, but we did. What was the one we did here? We did. Below the Roots. Did that one. I haven't done any of the breakdancing games. There were quite a few of them for the Commodore. Bruce Lee we did. That was a fun one. That was a quick one too. I solved that a lot faster than I thought I would. I haven't done California games yet. I think that's on my list. Caveman Ugg Olympics. That's another one I want the joystick for. Choplifter was another fun one. That was another Broderbund hit. Let's see what else. I haven't done Elite yet. I'd like to get that one in there at some point. Fort Apocalypse was another one. All right. Blink, darn you. There you are. 200 million in Libra. Should be able to see that right here then, huh? Ah, yes, the old keyboard and joystick settings. The bane of every emulator's existence. Well, that's cool you got Bubble Bobble working, though. Oh, we did Ghostbusters, too. That was another Activision hit. Mega hit for that one. We played that one around Halloween, I believe. Yes, Activision had a lot of great hits. Pitfall, obviously, Decathlon, and Ghostbusters. They had a lot of good stuff there. Epix was another company that I really wish would come back. Epix put out so many good games. It just seemed like every good game from the 80s was either Epix, Electronic Arts, Accolade, Activision. I mean, beyond that, there might be some other ones I can think of, but those were really the big ones. Electronic Arts also had Seven Cities of Gold, Heart of Africa. Just a lot of good stuff, man. So many good ones. We are reaching the end of our ride tonight. We're going to run into this, and that'll be our third mission. Don't forget to hit the space bar and make the Ghostbuster sound. Falcon mission complete. All right. This is a fun night tonight. Got the 3 missions done I wanted. I have a new follower to welcome. Welcome again, Jeff Groves. Yes. Yeah, it was great having it. It was awesome talking with you tonight. I'm so glad you got your emulator working tonight. Thanks as always to Foxfire for joining us. So that's going to do it. So now the next time I do this, I will be on mission number 9, which should be Eagle, I believe. Yes, Eagle. So what I'm going to do is, well, I don't need to save this, I don't think. I'll just do a snapshot just in case. Just in case. Halley Project. Oh, we also did Hacker, too. That was another fun one. I actually finally beat Hacker. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Again, welcome, Jeff Groves. I appreciate the follow. I hope everybody out there this week, I know we're trying to beat those Monday blues here. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your mental health. Look out for each other. Bubbles up, as Jimmy Buffett always says. And that's going to pretty much do it for me tonight. So you'll see me Wednesday night. We will do more Pool of Radiance. And probably next Sunday night, we will be hopefully finishing up Halley Project, including the secret mission. And then we'll move on to something else. If we are going to do some additional game streams or something like that, I will let you know. Nothing until Wednesday at the present time. So if I do manage to schedule another one, you'll find out about it hopefully on the next stream. I do have Discord as well. I believe you can just type in !Discord if you want in the chat. You can get that link up. If it's not working, I'll get it fixed for next time. As always, I'm a work in progress here. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Have yourselves a great evening and a great week. And this is 21st Century Jedi signing off.